Hello, Quest here, Card City Nights 2. This is sort of the first part, but we did vote on a character, and with 2 votes out of 4 votes total, playing as the commons only character. See, I think that's a Jenny? I don't know which Jenny. Your name is just gonna be Elise. You're no longer a Jenny. You're Punk Elise. Oh, hey, where am I? The last thing I remember is that this game had a plot and we were getting some milk from the fridge. We're in the walk-in fridge. Oh, we can get a coin. I'm just clicking around rapidly. We cannot yet look at our deck. Alright, coins have been gotten. Let's walk out of the fridge. And we're alive! I've been standing in that refrigerator for like a couple months now. It kinda creeped you out. In case you don't remember, we're on the Starship Frivolity. We don't have any cryo sleep pods, so I figured you tried using our cold room instead. That makes sense. Anyway, you have a job to do later. Hey, at least come sit over here. Wondering how I knew your name? Oh, sure, I could have read your name tag. Let's say I didn't. This is Albert. We gotta teach the card game. We do know about the card game, right? Yeah, I know about the card game. It's the most important thing on the ship after all. Let's get started. So even though we're playing as a challenge character, we've still got tutorials. This is how you play Card City Nights 2. Your deck shows how many cards you have left. This is your opponent's deck. Take turns placing cards on the board. Connect arrows to activate. Activated cards start counting down until they resolve. Once activated, they don't need to be connected to other cards anymore. Activated cards will also power any connected cards placed nearby them. When a card counts down to 0, it resolves. Usually when cards resolve, they deal damage to your opponent. Inspect a card by right-clicking it to see a detailed list of all its rules, such as what happens when it's placed or when it resolves. And to see the flavor text. This is apparently from Murray. Win by reducing your opponent's health to 0. If you run out of cards, they'll start to take damage. That's all. Inspect the cards if you need. That's all there is to it. Gonna see if we got the hang of the real thing. We'll take a starter deck. You get them from the restaurant's toy boxes all the time. Look through it if you want, then talk when ready. That's weird. It didn't make me a deck. Oh, probably because the normal starter deck's not legal, because it has a raft in it. I clicked the raft, it just did nothing, because we're allowed only commons. Oh, we actually do have enough cards that we have some customization. Did I put anything in that I don't really like Garden Gnome, because it's non-conductive. And its only purpose is to provide arrows. So right now, every card I've put in deals damage. I have a choice of these 3 still. How are my arrows looking? I don't actually have many things to match up Marianne with. Only Drone and Snap match it. Although it matches itself. I think I'm gonna cut these, add in some stupid bees, and some sticks, and then 1 shell bun. Yeah. Okay. Right. Alright, let's battle. Yeah, in your first playthrough, a deck actually is made for you. I actually thought you started with an all-commons deck. But I forgot about the raft. So I played near them just to block an arrow, and because it wouldn't block any of my arrows to put my card there. The first few opponents have pretty terrible decks. They'll have a lot of cards with blank text, and even their cards that have text tend to only have deal 1 damage. Or that did 2 and they took 1, so their net gain was they came out 1 ahead by it resolving. Cyber Skull, take 2 damage and deal 2 damage. It's very aggressive. It doesn't actually give them an advantage though. Early game of Card City Knights 2, extremely easy. See, by putting this here, I'll have a power to upward arrow I can play off of on my next turn because this will resolve. Let's see. And I can do the same thing with the drone, but downward. Even if they played to my left. Because I believe I mentioned in the last episode, but you can reserve spaces for yourself by being ready to play in a slot that's resolving. So yeah, as our opponent continues to do basically nothing, I'd rather play this. I didn't draw anything I can actually play off the B. Oh, actually, I have enough damage to kill. Plus, they didn't block me down and right. I mean, why would they? Alright, we won. Oh, we get a Fluffy booster. And most of the cards in it are new. So, I'll just briefly talk about booster distribution. I'm pretty sure you always get 4 commons, 2 rares, and then the remaining 2 cards will always be different rarities. So it could be an extra common and an extra rare to get 5 commons, 3 rares. Or it could be a common and a legendary, or a rare and a legendary. I don't know if that's how the generation works, but those are the only 3 distributions of rarity I've seen. 5 common, 3 rare, or 4 common, 3 rare, 1 legendary, or 5 common, 2 rare, 1 legendary. Okay, nicely won. We're ready for a climb to the top. See, there's this incredible reward for whoever reaches the top tier rank in the card game, and then goes to see the captain of the ship. Each week they randomly choose who gets to be the gatekeeper of each tier depending on their skill. Since you start at the bottom, you need to beat them all in order. Bubble Bit Bop, or Double Bit Bop. Oh, that's right, the F tier gatekeeper is this lazy guy who hangs around the shopping mall. You should go see him. Not sure what I've gotten myself into, but it's not like I've got anything better to do at the moment. If you need some money, just batter at Albert again. He's always got some change hidden somewhere. Beef. Now go get him. Bananas feel no pain. Hey, we found a set of cards. Whenever you find cards by clicking, it's always a full set. So since we found a common card, it's 3 of them. Player with the least life heals 1. Oh, there's something crammed between the bananas. Oh, that's where your card sleeves went. Oh, you bought some new one? Why don't we keep those? It's their treat. Got some Princess Remedy card sleeves. We can switch to them. Now we've got different card sleeves. Let's see. Let's trade cards. You can only trade away surplus cards. Don't I have essentially Flip Hero, but in a fish bun already? Anyway, I'm not really interested in trading. I'll talk more about how trading works later. When I actually am going to do a trade. Anyway, yeah, there's more cards around here. I can click the magnifying glass to hide the interface. Employee of the month is apparently a trash can. Try the pepper pane. Future food of the day. Nachos, bananas, turnip juice, blood, sweat, tears, jello. Alright, let's move on. Now we move the map. The footsteps icon is just for moving among places that take the same dot on the map. In order to actually go new places, you need to use the map. Okay, where's that gatekeeper guy? More importantly, where are things to click on. There's a bunch of card sleeves stuck behind the sign. Hey, nice find. Those sleeves are a secret prize for people who climb up the sides of buildings and rummage around behind their signs. Never heard of that kind of prize before? That's because it's secret. Found a new card sleeve. And some new cards. The biggest fan. Non-conductive, activate this after placement, 6-turn countdown. That's interesting. Since it activates immediately, even though it's non-conductive, which makes the arrows disappear, it does, on placement, activate anything that you have next to it that has an arrow pointing its way. I know. I enjoy the combination of activate self and non-conductive. It's clever. Of course, it also blocks the space for 6 turns. Or 6 rounds. Okay, I'm done clicking around. Let's talk to people. You there, you're new. What's your name? Luce? Sorry, just curious. I have to know everything about everyone. Speaking of, I got the latest news about everyone on the ship, so come back whenever you want the dirt. Yo, here to battle? Yeah, I am. Figures, I'm this week's F-tier gatekeeper, so newbies just ask me for matches all the time. So get this over with, just ask me for a match, I'll formal and stuff. Hope you don't expect too much of a challenge. I don't. You can barely even see your card backs due to the deck box. Alright. Place a fire sword in a way that blocks one of their arrows, but none of mine. I don't have anything that connects to Mama and Son in my hand. Actually, I should have probably played it farther down. Well, let's hope we draw something. Oh, that killer carp is gonna get me. Oh well. Even though I can't do anything with my placed cards yet... Wow, I'm drawing all the down and left. I should eventually be able to do something with them. And so I'm not really behind in damage. I've been playing out 1 damage per turn. I guess one risk, though, is if the board entirely fills up, it clears the board and both players take 2 damage. Oh, nice. With Snap, I can resolve these cards. And I got another upward pointing thing. I think I'll save this for when Safety Jenny disappears. I mean, I could play it now and just have it deal its 1 damage. I think I'll prefer to just lay a B down. And then hope they don't replace this slot with anything. Okay, yeah, we're fine. We got to activate those cards. Okay. If this raft slot frees up, I can play the fire sword to activate these. Okay, I didn't. I played back into it, that's fine. Can activate a Mama and Son off this fire sword. And then I can activate my stick once the fire sword disappears, and because it's my card, I get the first opportunity to play there. Oh, they blocked me. Oh, and they caged my card. Caging just removes all the arrows. It still gets to resolve like normal. Mecha Santa? Don't have anything that takes advantage of either of the arrows I could leave open. Or wait. No, I have fire swords. What am I thinking? Alright, would you snap? Oh, that doesn't actually let me do anything here yet. Not directly. They're probably not going to lay here, though, because it doesn't connect with their cards. And then I can put a fire sword down. And I have enough damage on the field to win the match, actually, so I'm just gonna try to block them on my next turn. Not that there's anything they can do. Their card would take at least... Oh, right. I forgot I wouldn't even get my next turn. But yeah, it's a best of 3. That's why their shield is just cracked now. Also, I didn't call it out explicitly. Oh, I'm totally blocked. That's inconvenient. Yeah, I didn't call it out, but if you go first, on your first turn, you only have a hand size of 3. Just a little thing they did to balance the advantage of going first. You get fewer options. Yeah, we're playing cards. All our cards deal damage. It's a pretty good strategy. Dealing damage. Oh, they have allowed me to resolve my first cards that I put down. Use a Mama and Son because I have 3 copies of it. I did have a choice of Duck Lord. Oh, I'm caged. That actually doesn't matter at all. Both its arrows were blocked by things that were going to resolve at the same time as it. Let's see. Preferring the Duck Lord over the Snap because Snap is a better finisher. I like to have powered arrows available for my next turn. Okay, then Duck Lord here, sure. See, I'm 2 activated cards away from finishing them off. Okay, I got something I can play into the Fire Sword. I guess I could have played Mama and Son, because the Duck Lord's gonna disappear. So here I'll prefer the lower countdown. Rather than keeping powered arrows on the field, I'm trying to finish them off. No reason to play any card anywhere. Theoretically, I should have tried to block them in case they had... No, nothing has a 0-turn countdown. Them powering up anything doesn't matter. I guess actually if they had... No... I was thinking Princess Remedy might be relevant. Anyway, we moved from Joke Tier to F Tier and we got 12 coins. Boom. Alright, we won. Matches with gatekeepers are automatically uploaded to the ship's computer's logs, which notifies the navigator. You'll hear a broadcast like that every time it happens. You'd normally see the names of the other gatekeepers on screen up there, but it's disappeared for some reason. Don't worry, the actual matches will still count. Most people are waiting for next week's random assignment of new gatekeepers, but if you can find the current ones yourself, you'll get a good head start towards the incredible reward. That does sound like a challenge. Something tells me I'll be finding out more about the ship while I'm at it. Some lower ranked players usually gather in the Star Wharf. I'd start looking there if I were you. Sounds good. Also, let's buy another booster. Selling only fluffy boosters so far. Yeah, looks like we got the 5 common, 3 rare again. Only way it would be a better distribution is if one of the rares were replaced by a legendary, because we want commons. We're only allowed to use commons. That is the purpose of the challenge. Man, I really like Skull King, but it's a rare. Once overthrew King Bunny and may have eaten some of his candy too. I mean, it gets outclassed by a lot of rares later, but it's a 2 damage card. So early game, it's pretty good. Key, I never really used. It's a solid card though. At least in some decks. Why would I want more bird cards? Bird doesn't do anything. It only has 1 arrow. I guess for a stall deck, it extends your deck. Also, there are some synergies with birds. Oh, we got the Apathetic Frog card. Does nothing, has no arrows. 6-turn countdown. Meh. Alright. So, one thing I'm picking up about our deck is we have too much that points down, not enough that points up. And I think I'm gonna mostly abandon left and right as directions. Oh, our deck doesn't scroll. So yeah, Shellbun is basically a lower countdown flip hero. Interesting. I think I'm gonna prefer the 2-turn countdown. Right. Let's remove 2 copies of Mama and Son. Add 2 more shell buns. Do I have anything that points diagonally up that's not in the deck? Could get another copy of Snap-In, could get another copy of Stick. We could actually use Biggest Fan if we're desperate. But I like cards that do things. -1 drone, +1 La Blotto, Viadlo. Sure. Bear Miner. When active and your opponent plays a card, move this card to a random space. Weird. I guess if it's activated, it's harder to block off the arrows. Wish I could place Fire Mace. That's a good card. Placement, deal 1 damage. And Resolve, deal 1 damage. Alright, I think that's all I'm gonna do to my deck for now. Looks like we have time for at least 1 more battle. Chapter 2, Dark Ritual, and their potato chips. Psst, you there. There's something useful in the storage room nearby. Can you get it for me? Thanks. She disappeared. How odd. There's indeed a storage room nearby, but it's locked. Maybe someone here has the key card? Either way, the E-tier gatekeeper is around here somewhere. Time to get looking. Time to get clicking on things around the screen. No cards or sleeves, apparently. Oh. Okay, you there. No fishing without a license or life insurance. Oh, you're here for cards? Actually, so am I. I just get this job to yell at people. Fair. See, it's a way to overcome my fear of space. If I just shout out a lot, I won't get nervous most of the time. You look pretty nervous. How about a battle or maybe a trade? It'll be fun, trust me. What do you have? I don't... Bird Arrow would be actually decent. Although it's a 1 countdown. I think I will continue to not trade. Oh, we'll even get 10 credits for winning. That's enough to buy a Fluffy booster. Gotta get your hands free from that thing. Alright. Looks like I'm going first. Because we had a 3-card hand. Nice, I can block an arrow without being blocked. Like a Santa. Alright. Let's see, and Ducklord's gonna resolve before Fire Sword, so I'll have an opportunity to play here. I can save a drone for that. Oh, and then I can replace the Fire Sword with another Fire Sword. Yeah, not much I could have done to stop that key usage. So they're gonna heal 3 from that. That's kind of inconvenient. But yeah, that's interesting, because this card had no arrows, but it added keys, and then you can activate it with a key, because keys activate cards on resolution. It's a card that combos with itself. Of course, you do end up playing 2 cards just to heal 3. The initial card plus the key. Let's see, I have more down and left stuff. Let's play the stick. Keep our chain going. Placement, deal 1 damage. But it doesn't actually deal damage on resolution itself. So it's not actually a better card than what I've got going on. Unless it had finished me off. Instantly finishing someone is kind of nice sometimes. Looks like I'm dropping the activation chain. Oh wait, I can play this. And I can play Stupid Bee into it. Didn't drop the chain. Oh, and then off Stupid Bee I can play Shell Bun. And then another Stupid Bee. Because we keep just playing 2 counts. Activating the Parrot. I guess that activates the Ice Ring. Because they're connected. Alright, then after Stupid Bee, if we play Snap, then our cards on board will finish them off. Yeah, they don't have any heal effects down. this is not going to be a best of 3, because I think only the gatekeepers and post-game encounters are best of 3. Wow, you caged a card that's gonna resolve anyway. Poof, got him. You got 10 credits. Wow, you looked pretty confident, but I wasn't expecting a strategy like that. My strategy is to deal damage repeatedly. Oh, you think I say that to everyone? Well, it is generic enough to apply to any opponent. Laughter. Oi, Dink. You trying to fish without a rod? Laughter. What's that? Deck of cards? So you're here to play. If you're gonna game, I'm game. Come on, challenge me. That'll happen next time. For now, we've got mall things to do, like buy another fluffy booster. Alright. Safety Jenny, bird arrow. Oh, we got a bird arrow. We got a candy snake. Some other things. Yeah, I'm not feeling the need to edit my deck. Although the Safety Jenny does have a lot of arrows. If we have trouble resolving stuff more, I might consider it. Hey, coin. So, yeah, that'll be it for this part. In the next part, we'll challenge the angler and then go into that storage room. See ya!